What's up, guys? This is Rick from Adelitas Way, and you're on MusicTourReviews.com. That's where you are, bitch.
This is Pete with MusicTourReviews.com. I'm here with Rick from Adelitas Way. How's the tour going for you guys so far?
It's going great. Every show has been completely packed. You know, I think this lineup is a really solid lineup. Hailstorm is one of the biggest new rock bands out there. I feel like we're making noise as well, and I think Black Tide is on the same. You know, I love that band. I think this tour is a good tour.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of my other questions. Was this seems like a great lineup for you guys, and it's definitely showing. I saw you guys at the Broad Stop a couple weeks ago, first date. So
fun show.
Yeah,
fun show,
definitely. Yeah. And you guys opened up for Guns N' Roses. How'd that come about?
You know, I think it really comes down to just, you know, a mixture of all the things kind of going right. You know, I think we're making a little bit of noise at the right time. We have a great management team, and you know, I think as a band, you know, we built a reputation as being we're a reliable band, man. You know, we're always on time. We're always on tour. We're always, you know, we do everything. We go out, we throw down. You know, I think we're a band that definitely, when conversations come up about tours, people mention our name, and I just think with all the stars aligning, you know, we were lucky enough to go out with Guns N' Roses. I mean, it was a dream come true.
Definitely. And what was it like being out there? Obviously, that's a different fan base versus you guys.
Look, when you're opening up for an iconic band, man, like Guns N' Roses, you have to be ready for anything, you know, because really, their fans are so diehard. Their fans are so like into them that they only see you as a roadblock at first to Guns N' Roses. You know, they're almost pissed off that you're playing and they're not yet, you know. So you gotta just go in there knowing that, and go in there with the intention of throwing down. You know, we're gonna play our show. We're gonna do what we do, and that's what we do every night. You know, I think as musicians, you know, we have chemistry on stage, and I focus more on that. And I love to get the crowd in everything, but as far as the Guns N' Roses crowd, you know, I didn't go in there trying to, you don't go into a show like that trying to, you know, battle with Guns N' Roses or you know, we're on regular tours. We do. You know, we want to go in there. We want to show everybody the pace we're setting. You know, we want to set the bar. Like, here we are. You know, with Guns N' Roses, it's not like that. It's like there's no bar to set with an iconic band. So you go out there and you got to just, you know, just react with your band members and do the best you can to get the crowd into it. And we got them. By the end of the sets, they were moving, and it felt good.
Well, I saw you guys in Chicago with Guns N' Roses, and you guys definitely, you could see, like you were saying, how from the beginning to the end, they just kind of then won them over. So
in the beginning, man, they want to cross their arms and they want to be mad at you. They're like, "Fuck you for opening up for Guns N' Roses," you know, like they're mad at you. But I think you know, we're a band that's been around for a couple years. We played a lot of shows together, and I think we kept our composure and just worked on winning them over.
Definitely, great job. You guys have a very aggressive approach of how you tour. I mean, is this something where you feel young bands nowadays have to do in order to make it in this industry?
Touring is how I think we built up to the point of what we are. Even touring even affects your radio songs. You know, like, we've hit markets so many times. We've been into so many radio stations that, you know, they want to be a part of the shows. We want them to be a part of the shows with the radio stations. They support us so much now because we're there, you know. We've been on tour pretty much nonstop for 3.5 years, 4 years, and we played every single city 5 times and back. And right now we're starting to see the maximum results from that, because we can show up anywhere now and headline and have solid shows, and all of our work's paying off. So I think any band that's coming into this, you know that if you're not touring non-stop and you're not, you know, getting out there and grassroots in it with your fans, you know, I like to stand out there and meet every fan that comes to the shows, and that's why, you know, I think we go that extra mile to make sure that our fans understand and they come out to shows, you know.
It definitely shows. I've seen you guys progress from when you first started. When you first were playing shows, I've seen you, and it seems like your shows now are so tight and polished. Is this something that just over time is something that has happened?
You know, I think it's more than just over time. I think there's a lot of factors that factor in. I think we made a better second album. You know, I think our first album was a great starting point for the band. You know, I think our second album added a lot of energy to our live set, and I think we all have found ourselves as musicians. I think we know who we are on stage. You know what I mean? I know what I'm supposed to do up there, and you know, so every now and then you have a night where you got to get back into the groove and the rhythm of things. But for the most part, you know, I let the natural chemistry with my band members happen. You know what I mean? I know where they're going to be, what they're going to do. They know what I'm going to do, and I think it's just a culmination of better songs, playing more shows together, and literally being in the same band. Or, you know, we live together. You know, we're together every minute of the day. I wake up and you know, the first thing I see in the morning is my band. You know what I mean? And we know each other like the back of our hands. So it helps on stage.
It definitely shows. What kind of music growing up influenced you?
I mean, everything. You know, I have so many different, I feel like, memories of music of being a little kid. You know, I remember going to Aerosmith concerts when I was 10. You know, I remember playing video games, listening to Guns N' Roses and Metallica when I was a little kid, and Korn, and you know, and I think you go through the generations. You have your bands. I loved the grunge era. I loved Soundgarden. I loved, you know, Stone Temple Pilots, and you know, I used to, like I said, it all comes down to being, you know, a kid or a teenager and listening in your car or driving around, and that was just the music to your life at that point. So I grew up listening to rock, but I grew up listening to everything too. I love music.
Is there anything that you're listening to nowadays that kind of influence you, or at least you listen and go, this is really good?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I got an open-mindedness to music. You know, Rob, our lead guitar player, you know, introduced me to some dubstep stuff, which I never normally would listen to, but I get into it. You know what I mean? No harm in having a good time and jamming out to some good tunes. I like that, you know. But I like everything, man. I like good music. I like, you know, whatever's. If there's a good song, you know, because you ask, you're like, what is that? You know what I mean? There are songs that he plays that I don't ask. Who that is, but.
Now, I heard you're a big sports fan. Obviously, we talked about when you came in. It must feel nice though when you're watching these games to hear your music up on.
I mean, that's what you know, when you're first starting off. You know, where we're at with some of the stuff, like with the sports stuff. That's like a dream to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm at one day I was like, oh man, one day our songs could be played at a football game, and now they're played at all of them. And I think I'm already a diehard fan, and it makes me even love it more to know that I'm just minorly a part of it. We're a part of it. You know, they're running out to our songs. They're getting amped up to our songs. You know, we've been to a couple baseball games and football games where we're there watching, you know, the game, and our song will come on, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, definitely.
You know, a lot of athletes will you know, we've had a couple tweet about us, or they'll, you know, they know who we are, and I'm fans of them. So it's like, you know, when you find out, like some like Phil Hughes tweeted about us, and he's a Yankee. I get it, I'm a Phillies fan, but you know, that dude throws 96-mile-an-hour fastballs. You know, I had him on my fantasy team, and he's like, yo, love your song, sick. I mean, that's cool, man. Definitely. You know, because dude's sitting on my fantasy roster.
Very cool.
Decide whether I want to start him or not.
Very cool. I also understand you're a huge MMA fan.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you're watching UFC. Is there a favorite fighter you have, or?
I think that UFC sometimes becomes a problem on the road because I love it and I don't miss them. So I'll play our show and then I'll sign everything, and then I gotta find a way to watch the fights. No matter where they're at. If there's a Buffalo Wild Wings 5 miles away, I'll take a cab to it. Like I gotta watch them. I don't miss the fights. Yeah, I have favorite fighters. I mean, I have guys who, when they lose, I get bummed, man. You know, when my guy loses, I get upset. You know, I'm like, damn it, my guy lost. I love Anderson Silva. I like Carlos Condit. I like the Nogueira brothers. I like John Jones. I like Dominic Cruz. I mean, I like so many fighters. I like Michael Bisping. Everybody hates him. I like him.
Has any of the fighters used your music?
They haven't used our music, but, you know, a lot of them tell me, you know, every now and then someone will come up and tell me, like, oh, man, did you know that, you know, this guy over at, you know, Jackson's, which is like where George St. Pierre and Carlos Condit, all those, oh, yeah, they do kickboxing to Invincible. Then I hear that every now and then, and I'm like, man, that's cool. You know, I got to meet Chuck Liddell a couple times, and he, you know, he was super nice, and you know, it's kind of cool to have that. You know, we're a band that makes aggressive songs, that those guys are getting ready.
Yeah,
you know, they're in the gym working out, and some of them are listening to our stuff to get pumped up. That's cool, man.
Definitely.
You know.
And in the time that you've been on tour and stuff, has there been like one Spinal Tap moment that you guys had?
100.
Is there one you could?
No, I mean, I think we had one last night. We played in South Bend, Indiana, and I think down in the dressing room area, like getting ready to go to the stage, I got lost like 3 or 4 times. I was in like kitchens and back rooms and bathrooms that looked like they were haunted, and I'm like, where is the stage, man? Like, I'm trying to ask, people are sending me the wrong way. I'm outside. I'm like, all right, finally I found it. But I think it happened to a couple of us. I think a couple of us were wandering around the place. I don't know how the hell to get to the stage. So everybody has spinal tap.
Definitely.
Definitely.
And my last question for you: what are your plans as 2012? I mean, is there anything really huge you have in store?
I feel like 2011 was just getting us started. I feel like we're just getting a jump start right now. We're coming off a #1 single with Sick. Collapse just went top 5, and I want to run that into the new year. And then next year, I think is going to be the biggest year this band has ever had. We got a lot of really good tour plans coming up. I'll be able to announce them soon, but we got some big tour plans, and we got some big overall plans for the album. We're getting ready to drop 2 more singles, and I feel good.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming out.